So I guess I'm not doing my second WB match this week. It's a little bit annoying because I really don't want to do it next week. And I still have like 3 games to do this weekend. But yeah, that's really annoying. Oh well. ¿Qué pasa, YouTube? How's it going, guys? I have for y'all today my trades and transactions video for a BBL Season 3. Now, if you guys may have missed my Week 3 match, uploaded Monday, I did mention at the end of it, I made trades and transactions. So, yeah, first off, I'm trading Necrozma Duskmane. I'll get into the whole thing. So, yeah, I ended up making trades, and you have 5 trades that you can make through the season that you can pick up by yourself. Like if you trade with coaches, I think it's infinite trades or unlimited, whatever you want to refer to it as. But if you just do FA trades, then you only have 5. And I ended up using all 5 of mine immediately, essentially, just because I don't really mind. Like I've said this in my draft analysis for BBL, I don't really want to take this league entirely too seriously. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about these trades in the comment section below. I know some of you guys are already typing, why'd you get rid of Necrozma Duskmane? What is going on? I don't know, just let me know what you guys think about them in the comment section below. Hit that thumbs up button as well, it does support the channel, and we can go ahead and jump right into this. So, yes, I ended up getting rid of Necrozma Duskmane. So, the main reason I wanted to get rid of Necrozma is that I looked at my other matchups for the rest of the season, and one thing I just really didn't like about Necrozma, and something that even when I drafted it I knew could be really annoying, but I mean, I guess it does have access to Autotomize and Trick Room, which, to be fair, in week 3 Trick Room Necrozma did put in a lot of work, which is really cool. But the more I looked at my matchups, the more I realized that Necrozma is probably not gonna be that handy, honestly. Like there's actually not many chances I might be able to bring Trick Room again, or I might not be able to bring Autotomize SD in general, because a big thing about it too was that I always needed 3 or 4 offensive moves on Necrozma to try and cover everything that my opponent exactly had, and that in itself was just really annoying. Like, don't get me wrong, Necrozma Duskmane is a phenomenal Pokemon. It's disgustingly bulky, hits pretty hard, but again, it's just the base 77 speed for me is what really just kind of killed my mood for Necrozma Duskmane, honestly. And there was other cool Pokemon that were still available that I also kind of wanted to try. I figured I got the uses for 3 weeks. I can just swap it out and use something else for the rest of the season. It's fine. It is what it is. And I decided to initially drop Necrozma Duskmane and pick up a cheaper Uber Pokemon that I think is also still really good, and that's actually going to be our new Mega, which is Shanks, aka Mega Mewtwo Y. Now, of course, because this is a Mega, then you already know I have to drop Mega Aerodactyl, and that's what really hurt me, man. Dropping Mega Aerodactyl hurt my soul. I mean, I guess I could have got regular Mewtwo. Like, regular Mewtwo was a little bit cheaper, and it would have allowed me to keep Mega Aerodactyl, but I can use Mewtwo in another Ubers League in the future, so I figured, hey, I'm probably never gonna get to use Mega Mewtwo Y, like ever, like never ever again. So I was like, I kind of want to get that instead. So this basically solved my problem of the low speed that Necrozma had. It has base 140 speed, which is almost as fast as Mega Aerodactyl. Yeah, 150 down to 140. Of course, the only downside of Mega Mewtwo Y is that its defense is base 70, so we go from 127 down to base 70, which in itself is kind of bad. But if you look at its peaks, its HP stat 106 is actually really good. Its offensive prowess is absolutely insane because of its speed tier. I can always just run defense investment pretty easily, and base 194 special attack, that is absolutely disgusting. And with it having a base 150 attack, this can easily be ran as mixed. I can go physical, special, I can do whatever I want. Even bulk up is something I kind of theorize while looking at my future matchups, because that in itself fixes its slow defense problem. It's extremely fast as it is, so it's going to have that chance to set up. And again, its coverage is insane. Yeah, it doesn't have good dual stab like Necrozma Duskman anymore, but it still gets access to Side Strike, which is just a boosted Psyshock, which is still really good in my opinion, honestly. And then we have a better form of recovery in the actual move Recover, just because with me facing so many weather teams, there was no chance that Necrozma would have been able to always run Morning Sun on it, so that was a big hindrance. It does get really good support moves with Thunder Wave. Will-O-Wisp Toxic, of course, is also really nice. I think it still gets access to Trick Room, if I'm not mistaken, which I know it is extremely fast, but hey, Trick Room could maybe help some of our other team members out to potentially allow them to sweep. Even Curse could be kind of cool. Barrier, Calm Mind. I don't know. Necrozma was amazing, but I really feel like Mega Mewtwo Y might be a little bit better for my team just because its coverage is so good. It's not limited like how Necrozma was, and this can easily run Recover 3 attacks every single week and not really lose anything from it because I can just run Modest for more power. I can run Timid if I want to just have more defensive bulk to ensure that I don't take physical hits entirely as bad. Insomnia, I guess, is not really that great of an ability unless I play like a freaking, I don't know, man, Sleep Powder Tangler or like Spore Breloom. I don't know. But yeah, Insomnia does kind of suck as an ability, but the fact that it still has such a gigantic special attack stat with this solid base 150 attack stat as well as pretty good bulk is what ultimately sold me on Mewtwo here. The speed is just so good, and that's why I mainly wanted it. So yeah, now we have Mega Mewtwo Y as opposed to Necrozma and a Mega Aerodactyl. I'm so sorry, Mega Aerodactyl. Moving on. I'm gonna miss Mega Aerodactyl. So getting rid of Mega Aerodactyl gave me a bunch of extra points. And one of the new mons I decided to pick up, because I lost my steel typing in Necrozma, I decided to get one of my personal favorite steel types of all time, one that I've not used since like UCL season 2, honestly, and that is Registeel, dude. Registeel is such an amazing steel type because look at how disgustingly fat this thing is. Yeah, I guess it doesn't have any form of good reliable recovery, but Registeel is just really here to be a humongous tank that is hard to get through and that can eat hits for days. Curse is really cool to potentially run on it. It can also be mixed, I suppose. It has enough bulk to where I can also just invest potentially into its offenses, and that's all I really need Registeel for. Like, I need it just to be a steel type. I wanted it for stealth rocks. It can eat hits for days. There's really cool techs that it can run. Still gets access to Thunder Wave, which in itself is a really great support move. Bulldoze as well for some type of hazard control. Not hazard control, sorry. Speed control, Curse, as I mentioned. Even Gravity could be something cool to potentially try out. Magnarize is something I also thought about maybe trying out potentially. So yeah, not too much to say about Registeel like there is to say about Mewtwo Y, just because we know what Registeel does. It's super fat, it eats hits, and it can just about always reliably get up Stealth Rock because I've already lost 2 Rockers in Necrozma and Mega Arrow, but I think Registeel is still definitely a very reliable Stealth Rocker in general. So moving on to the next team member I decided to drop, that was actually going to be my very trusty lawnmower, Rotom-Mow. And honestly, Rotom-Mow kind of had the same issue that Necrozma had, where its future matchups were just really bad. I think a big thing about Rotom, and it's something that I've actually never noticed before that's actually ever bothered me, but it's just too slow, which I know sounds weird because I've had Rotom-Mow multiple times before and its speed was never a problem to me. But that was the big problem with Rotom-Mow here, I guess, in this Uber style league. Plus the fact that it can lower its special attack, allowing an Uber to set up, was also just really bad, and I really did not see myself bringing Rotom more than maybe like once or twice, honestly, in the remainder of the season. So I found it in my best interest to probably just go ahead and get rid of it. So I decided to pick up Serperior, aka Boa Hancock. Now this is going to be contrary Serperior. It was the same points as Mega Aerodactyl, basically, in Serperior. For those of you who may not know, Haxorus may be my mascot, Dredagon may be my mascot for my draft league team, but Serperior is by far my all-time favorite Pokemon. I love Serperior. I don't know what it is about Serperior, but I just love it so much. Grass types in general are my favorite types, and Serperior is just so freaking awesome, dude. It's such a dope Pokemon, and I've never ever got to use it in a draft. I don't count Clash of Kings as an actual draft. That's more of a team tournament draft thing, so I don't take that into... It's not canon, basically, is what I'm saying. So, in canon material, Serperior, I've never used it in a draft, and I'm so excited. So excited to have Serperior, dudes. I really want Serperior to just put in so much work this season. And of course, we know the big benefit of Serperior is the fact that with Contrary, Leaf Storm, it's an automatic nasty plot that does damage, and that's absolutely insane. Yes, its move pool may be a little bit limited. Its best options on the special side are like Dragon Pulse, Grass Stab, Hidden Powers, and I think that's really it. I guess like Z Hyper Beam could actually be really cool to potentially try out. But another great thing about Serperior is that its speed is really good. It has amazing bulk. It actually has reliable recovery, unlike Rotom. It doesn't suffer from running a Leaf Storm unless I miss, which would actually really suck, but fingers crossed. It keeps Defog. It gives me Glare, which is amazing. Dude, Glare is such a good move to run for some type of speed control, and I will definitely be running it with Serperior this season. It gets dual screens and is much faster than Rotom, which is a huge benefit. It gets, I think I mentioned Leech Seed. It gets Knockoff. What else? Like, yeah, it's speed control, hazard control, a great special sweeper. If I want to be cheeky, I could even run like Sword Dance, obviously not with Contrary, but hey, you never know what could happen. It gives me Aromatherapy as well, which gives me a form of status removal, which is also very beneficial. So I'm hoping and praying, like, I have faith, dude. I have really big faith in Serperior to do great things this season, so I'm really excited for it. I'm not gonna lie, like, I really want this to put in work. So let's take a look at our next team members here. So another trade that honestly really hurt me was having to drop Piloswine, and I really didn't want to drop Piloswine, dude. I really didn't, but I just could not have it around for how I wanted the rest of the trades to work out. And Piloswine didn't have bad matchups. It still had pretty good matchups. It also sucks because now I'm down to only 2 Stealth Rockers in Garchomp and Registeel, but those 2 alone can always get up Stealth Rocks by themselves, so I'm really not too upset about having to lose Piloswine here. I'm more upset about the fact that I only got to use Piloswine once when I've been wanting to use it in a regular draft for a while now, and now I won't be able to do that. So yeah, that does kind of suck, but it is what it is. We do have to drop Chopper here, and I decided to go ahead and get Electrode, aka Eneru. Now, Electrode may seem like an odd pick, which I guess in theory it is kind of odd, but the nice thing about Electrode was the fact that, again, its speed is so good, so I felt like giving up the priority for more speed wasn't that bad. This also gave me another reliable electric mon to be able to deal with bulky waters in case Serperior couldn't. This also still helps me deal with electric types because now I only have Garchomp as my only ground type, but between Electrode, Serperior, and I guess kind of Registeel, then electric type shouldn't be entirely too problematic. Plus Electrode outspeeds like any electric type as it is, so it really shouldn't be that big of an issue anyways. So Electrode may have a bit of a limited move pool, but with Z moves is actually pretty good. It can run some pretty interesting Z moves, and it can also be a great team supporter with dual screens as well, because we do have really scary setup on our team still. So I can just run dual screens, explosion, taunt, and just immediately start going to town with our potential setup. Its speed allows it to just about always run modest in matchups, and its speed also lets me take care of anything that could potentially, well, I guess anything below base 80 that could potentially be running a Scarf, or it would just force them to not run a Scarf, or it would just force Scarfers in general, which in itself is still kind of a benefit to me, honestly. Static and Aftermath, of course, are 2 really amazing abilities that I can just throw this in on physically offensive mons and just paralyze them or chip them down with a little bit of damage if they do knock me out. Volt switching, of course, is always nice because the momentum with my team is going to be very beneficial, along with Parting Shot from our Alolan Persian, which we did keep actually. So yeah, again, not too much to say about Electrode here. It has cool Z moves, it can dual screens, it can pivot potentially, and it's super fast, which is what I really like. So at this point, I think I had like 2 points left. I want to say I had 2 points left. And I think I originally wanted to get Rotom Frost. Unfortunately, though, at this point, I think I had reached my limit of no, I didn't reach my limit of new mons, but something happened and I couldn't get. Well, actually, no, I did my points wrong. Sorry. And it turns out that Rotom Frost was actually 3 points, but I only had 2 points left. So it would have been nice to have potential double electric types, just because Bulk Beam coverage is really good with Rotom Frost and it's NEZ, so it can definitely take advantage of that. But it is what it is. So I decided to go ahead and actually get Chatot as the final team member here. Now, Chatot's a very interesting mon. It's definitely a Pokemon I don't think I've ever seen in Draft League, honestly. Like I can't remember the last time I ever saw Chatot in a Draft League battle, but it still gets some pretty cool moves. Like base 91 speed is really not that bad, plus it gets Boom Burst. That's base 140, dude. That's a disgusting base power for an offensive stab move. Plus Chatter also is really nice because this allows a 100% chance to confusion, which I'm pretty sure Chatter is not banned. I'll have to double check on that, but I'm pretty sure it's not. So that's not too bad. This gave me another defogger. This also gave me a flying type to help me against ground types, because we did get rid of Rotom-Mow and Aerodactyl, and we had Serperior. But now we have Chatot along with Chimecho to be able to go ahead and still deal with ground types, potentially get some nice support moves with Tailwind. Like Sub Encore could be also really cool to try out. Even Nasty Plot may not be entirely too bad of an option to run on Chatot. Even like Z Rain Dance maybe could be really cool to try out. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing with Chatot, but I still feel like it's something that I may bring to a match or two, and it'll definitely be in a position of where it can actually put in a decent amount of work, honestly. So yeah, pretty excited with these trades. I'll post a picture of our current new squad. Let me know again what you think about these trades. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you love them? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. And with that being said, I will see you all tomorrow on Saturday, maybe with something. I'm not too sure. We'll see what goes up. Probably not WBE, but something will be going up tomorrow. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Later, everybody.
Because my brain and heart are both tied in a knot, and this hinders me from crying a lot. This causing me to show no emotion. But when I said I cared, I wasn't joking. But I guess it's too late for me to become broken. For now, I'm living with no more pain, tears, or hoping. I'm just coasting. Yeah, I said I'm coasting. No more pain, tears, and hoping.